Hello everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. So I'm here today with what will likely be my smallest Dollar Tree haul ever. And the only reason I wanted to share this with you guys is because we all know, well, if you are a person who follows these types of things, you'll likely know that this coming weekend, what date would this be? September 24th, I guess, is when the newest Dollar Tree wave is supposed to land at our local Dollar Trees. Well, some stores end up putting them out early. I know I've had some comments in some other videos saying, hey, heads up, there are some movies out. I typically have one location that's near me that will put out their boxes as soon as they get them. That's why I found a bunch of my stuff from the last couple of waves. Well, I went to that one after I've read that comment, so thank you to who left that. I really appreciate you giving me that heads up. But I went there, and unfortunately, even though they had the sign in the window, there was nothing up front, and everything in the electronic section was just all of the old stuff, which this location just gets so many movies in, and I feel like I'm the only person or one of a handful who actually go there and buy the movies because they just continue to stack up. It's taken up like half of the entire electronics aisle. It's absurd. Now there's like movies, DVDs, Blu-rays, but there's also CDs at that location that are taking up a ton of space. But anyway, so that was a major disappointment. Well, this weekend, I ended up going, my wife and I, we ended up going with my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law to go shooting at this random place, which I've never done in my life. Yeah, that was an interesting experience. I don't know, I wanted it to be kind of, I don't know, more fulfilling, like, I wanted to feel cooler while I was doing it, or just to feel like, I don't know, like a release. I don't know, but I was surprisingly neutral about the entire thing. So if you've ever shot a gun, which plenty of you probably have, let me know what you think about it down below. But that's not why you guys are here. Why I mention that is because when we went to that shooting range, right next door was a Dollar Tree and a Salvation Army. So of course, I had to drag the entire family to both of those. So I did find some things from Salvation Army, which will be in a future thrift store haul video. But why we're here today is because I went into the Dollar Tree. Now, this is after my wife and my sister-in-law, her sister, ended up coming out. And I said, did you guys see any movies? And they said, no movies. Well, I'll show you the picture of all of the movies that they somehow missed while they were in there. And so I'm very fortunate. I ran back in by myself right before we left, and I was very happy I did because I was able to find some things. Now, mind you, if I had more time, I would have gone through it a little bit better, but with the quick, like, little trip I did, or the quick little sift through everything, I was able to find 7 items. So today, like I said, like the smallest Dollar Tree haul I've probably ever done. I have 5 DVDs and a couple of Blu-rays, but I think there are some interesting things in here. A handful of these I've actually seen before, which is unusual when it comes to Dollar Tree hauls. And so, yeah, I figured why not just do a quick video right before the main wave hits and let you guys know some things I've found. Now, I know a couple of these are probably from previous waves, but for me, I've not seen these before, and so like I always say, I can't guarantee these are from the upcoming wave, but it's what I found while I was out and about. So yeah, I'm excited to share with you guys what I found, and if you guys do enjoy this video, please give it a like down below. That really does help me out. But hopefully you guys are up for a very short Dollar Tree haul. So let's not waste any more time at all. Let's dive right into my first of likely a multiple video series, knowing me, but hopefully not. We'll see how many I get. But at least part 1 of my September 2021 Dollar Tree haul. So the first 2 DVDs I found are the ones that I'm trying to avoid, but sometimes you just get like, I don't know, like this first one is about an abominable snowman. Like, I'm all about that. The Yeti, like, that's awesome. Anything Bigfoot, like, I'm there for. And so this one is called, appropriately, Abominable. You can see the tagline there. It wasn't supposed to exist. So basically this group of people go out. I think I want to say they're a research team. So they're trying to obtain a plant that can advance medical research by centuries. And that's when they end up stumbling upon the Yeti, or the abominable snowman. And so, yeah, it should be fun. Like, you can look at the back. It is one of those low budget horror films, but that's okay. It looks like it's fun. This is from 2019, directed by Jamal Burden. So, this is actually a Uncorked Entertainment release, which is, of course, a Dollar Tree staple, as we all know. So, the first one I ended up finding is Abominable from 2019. Next one here is a High Octane release, which is a new company, at least new for around me. I started seeing these guys either last wave or the wave before. I can't remember exactly, but I did pick up some from them previously, and this one just looked too cool to pass up. This looks like a mix of like iRobot meets a low-budget independent horror film. So I'm hoping it's going to be interesting. This is called The Alpha Test, and you can see on the top here it says An Interactive Nightmare. So this is from 2016, directed by Aaron Mertez, it looks like. And this is supposed to be, so what is it? The Alpha Test, or the Alpha, is a like home assistant robot, I guess, and it's going to essentially have a mind of its own and start to kill its family, or its host family, or however you want to call it, its owners. And so very intrigued, because I think that premise is awesome. So I want to see how they do it in this low budget setting. So very intrigued to check out The Alpha Test from 2016. Okay, so those were the only two movies that you may not have heard of before, unless you are, of course, a frequent Dollar Tree shopper. The rest of these ones here are bigger budget films. And so the first one is a movie that I remember hearing that was just supposed to be one of the worst films ever made. Now, is it? Probably not, but it looks interesting enough that I wanted to add it to the collection. This is Movie 43, and when was this one released? 2013. Yeah, I thought so, because this is another one I remember from my family video days. I remember it renting out quite a bit, but you know, the majority of the feedback on it was, wow, that was terrible. And so I figured I had to check it out. What kills me though, first off, look at that cast. I'm not going to read them all off because it's ridiculous, but it has a ridiculously good cast. But I don't even know what this movie is about. Like, it's some screwball comedy, but if you look at the back, like, it does not give you any indication of what's on here. It almost feels like almost an anthology of sorts, maybe like different stories put together. I don't know, just the way it sounds. I don't have any idea. It says no inappropriate storyline is off limits. I don't know. It's so weird to me. So I don't know what this one's about, but because of its reputation, I wanted to add it to the collection and just give it a watch, see what it's all about. So Movie 43, probably shouldn't have grabbed it, but I recognized it. I wanted it in the collection. So from 2013, this one is now in the collection. Whether I should have or not, it's here. The rest of these, though, I'm very happy to have in the collection, and this one here is an excellent film. This is Ryan Gosling in here. This is Lars and the Real Girl. So I don't know what year this was. Let's see, 2000 T is what it says down there at the bottom. I don't know if you can make that out or not, but it literally says 200T. So I don't know what year this was, but I have seen this one, and it is excellent. Basically, Ryan Gosling's character falls in love with like this sex doll. It is fascinating. It is weird as hell, but it is really funny and charming in a weird way. I don't know. It's an awesome movie that I definitely recommend if you've not seen it. It's just strange. It's weird. So check it out if it sounds interesting. Lars and the Real Girl with Ryan Gosling. One I definitely recommend. I was really excited to find this DVD, and this is the last DVD. This one is from 2014, a really, really good horror film. This is Oculus, directed by Mike Flanagan. So this is one that is essentially about like a haunted mirror, I guess. And it is creepy as all hell. Like, it is just a very atmospheric, well done horror film that I'm very happy to have in the collection. This is one, yes, I would have loved to have added this on Blu-ray, and frankly, I probably will upgrade it down the line, but for now, I can revisit it again, maybe this upcoming Halloween, or October is what I meant to say, because it is a really great film, and so I cannot wait to watch this one again. I really enjoyed it the first time I saw it, and I'm guessing it's going to hold up pretty well, because it was genuinely creepy. So, happy to find 2014's Oculus. Moving over to Blu-ray, this first one here is actually an upgrade for me. I found the DVD of this in, I don't know, some wave in the past at Dollar Tree, I'm pretty certain. And so this time finding the Blu-ray, I was very happy to upgrade it. This is Suicide Squad Hell to Pay, which of course is part of the DC animated universe. This is one that honestly, I thought I'd seen it previously, but reading the back of it does not sound familiar at all, so I don't think this is one I've actually watched yet. I know there's one Suicide Squad film, or at least one with Harley Quinn in it, from the DCAU that I've seen, but this might not have been it. Either way, this one was released in 2018, and I am very happy to have it on Blu-ray now. So, was able to upgrade one, which is always a good thing. So, Suicide Squad Hell to Pay from 2018. The final movie I was able to find was like shocking to me. One, I didn't even know there was a Blu-ray release of this. And two, the fact that it just showed up at a Dollar Tree was so random to me. This is from 2007, I Know Who Killed Me with Lindsay Lohan. So you guys, if you follow closely, you might know that I talked about this movie, I don't know, maybe last month, a month or two ago, because I ended up picking it up on DVD from Disc Replay. Well, the version I had at Disc Replay was an old Blockbuster rental. The case was an old Blockbuster case. It was not in the best shape. Well, I went back to Disc Replay a few weeks ago, and I actually almost picked up another version of it because it was brand new on DVD, sealed still. And so I thought, oh man, like, I kind of want this just because it's such a better case, but I talked myself out of it and didn't end up doing it. But then I saw this on Blu-ray, and of course I had to upgrade it because why not? And so yeah, I am really excited to revisit this one. As I talked about previously, this is one that I'd seen in the past when it was new. So probably around 2008-ish because it was on DVD at that point because I rented it from Blockbuster, I remember. And I didn't really get into it, but I don't remember much about it at all. And so on Twitter, somebody talked about, maybe it was Broke Horror Fan on Twitter, I don't remember. Somebody talked about how this movie is actually better than you remember. And so because of that, I ended up looking for it at Disc Replay and I was able to find it. And so when I found it here on Blu-ray, I was thrilled. You can see this actually has this old Blu-ray sticker on it, which, you know, if you remember, if you've been collecting Blu-ray for a long time, you'll recognize that as one of the more early Blu-ray releases. Like I said, this is from 2007. And so you got, this is just nostalgic to me, I guess, this sticker. And so brand new, has been like sitting there since 2007, 2008 in this casing. Like, that's fantastic. But this one is a thriller where Lindsay Lohan's character is like kidnapped, and then eventually after a long time she's found again, but she's like missing limbs and things just kind of go weird from there. It's a strange movie from what I remember, but I remember so little of it. And so very excited to have this one on Blu-ray so I can revisit it in high definition. Why not? So the last one I ended up finding at Dollar Tree this past weekend is 2007's I Know Who Killed Me. All right, so a much smaller haul than you would normally see here on my channel, but I wanted to share with you guys what I found just in case any of these are from the new wave. Then hey, maybe you'll be excited about some of these like I was, and you can look for them when you're out. But this, like I said, this coming Friday from when this video is being posted, September 24, 2021 is when the latest Dollar Tree wave is supposed to hit. So I will definitely be hitting up my Dollar Trees over the weekend just to see what I can find. I hopefully won't find too much more because I'm trying to keep my Dollar Tree waves down to a minimum. As you guys can see, I only had 2 movies that were like standard Dollar Tree movies. Everything else are larger, bigger budget films that, you know, I'd heard of before. I'd seen them before. I wanted to upgrade them, whatever the case is. And so that's kind of what I want to stick to. Now, there's going to be always those movies that pop up like Abominable that I just need to have. And so that's always going to happen. But my goal is to keep it as small as possible, as light as possible with these Dollar Tree movies. I think it was Miranda who mentioned in my Disc Replay trade haul that she was buying Dollar Tree movies just to buy them. And that's honestly how I felt, which is why I ended up getting rid of some of them because I'm just never going to watch some of these. And so that's why I want to try to make these a little bit smaller, stick to things that I know. I think there's only 2 in here that I hadn't heard of going into this. And so that's how I like it. That's how I want it to be going forward. And so we'll see what happens. Obviously, there might be some really cool movies that look just too good to pass up. We'll see what happens. That is my goal. But like I always say, I'm imperfect, and so I can set a goal. If I achieve it, great. If not, well, I'll try again next time. But anyway, guys, with that said, I just want to say, thank you all so much for watching. As always, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a like down below. That really does help me out as I'm making my march toward that 1,000. I'm in the final stretch here, so thank you guys so much for all of your support. It is always appreciated. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Again, I just want to say thank you all so much for watching, and I want to encourage you to consume some media today. I'll catch you next time.